Hello, students. Let us continue with our third lesson, Autobiography of a Great Indian Bustard. Before we proceed, let us have a brief review of what we had studied in the last lecture. In the last lecture, we learnt that the Great Indian Bustard has an impressive look. It has a long white neck, brown wings, tall yellow legs, and a black cap on his head. It lives on grassland as well as in the desert, and it has many friends like the chinkara, the blackbird, and the lark. Now let us start with the second part of this lesson. You know that we bird lay eggs and our young ones hatch out of eggs. So we know, children, that all the birds lay eggs and the young ones, that is the young babies, hatch out of these eggs. Mother GIB. GIB is the short form of the Great Indian Bustard. Lays just one egg directly on the ground. So here we come to know that the mother Indian bustard lays just one egg and not many eggs. And where does it lay this egg? It lays this egg directly on the ground. Now you may be thinking that why do they lay their egg on the ground but not in the nest? Let us see why they do this. It tells us we don't believe in building nest. We have a special trick to protect our eggs from predators. Now, who are predators? Predators means animals that kill or eat other animals. The egg looks like a stone. Children, can you see in this picture? Normally, our egg is white in color. But here, in case of the Great Indian Bustard, the egg is grayish in color. It looks just like a stone. Now let us see the enemies of the Great Indian Bustard. Monitor lizard. Monitor lizard means a large lizard. Foxes, dogs, pigs, snakes, and eagles are enemies of my egg and chick. Chick means little one. But my wife protects the eggs from all of them. So here the Great Indian Bustard is telling us that although it has many enemies, the mother bustard is so alert and so active that she protects the egg well and does not allow anyone to come close to the egg. By the time, now the Great Indian Bustard is telling us that by the time our young one hatches out of the egg, rains arrive. Hatches means to come out of the egg. There's plenty of grass, swarming with insects, fresh food for my family. So here the Great Indian Bustard tells us that there is so much grass and so many insects everywhere that they get fresh food to eat and they don't have to wander here and there in search of food. Young ones of other birds soon fly away from the nest, but a Great Indian bustard mother and chick stay together for nearly 1 year. The chick learns many good habits from the mother. Now, here we can see that the other birds, the young ones of the other birds, they grow up very fast, and once they grow up, they begin to fly. But this is not the case with the mother bustard and her chick. Both of them continue to stay together for a long time, that is, almost for 1 year they are together. And during this period, the chick acquires, that means it learns many good habits from its mother. So, see, children, this is not only with us, that means with our human beings, but it is also with the birds and animals. Just as the mother teaches a child the norms of behavior, in the same way, the mother bustard also tries to mold her chick in the right direction. Now, let us continue with the next paragraph. You may have heard about a great human friend of ours. Now, who is this human friend? It is Dr. Salim Ali. He was known as the Birdman of India and he also wrote several books on birds. The great Indian bustard further continues to tell us that Dr. Salim Ali suggested that we should be given the status of the national bird of our country, but the honor, that means the status, went to our beautiful relative, the peacock. So, here the great Indian bustard is telling us that children, you all know that peacock is our national bird and not the great Indian bustard. It further says that I am happy to tell you that I am the state bird of Rajasthan. So it says that he is still happy because even though he is not a national bird of our country, he is the state bird of Rajasthan. We have got 10 centuries. Centuries means a safe place for our protection, but sadly, our number is still going down. So, here the great Indian bustard is telling us that even though they are protected, they are looked after properly, then too, the saddest part is that their number is reducing. We used to live in all parts of India, but slowly the growing population of man pushed us away from more than 90% of our home regions. We are afraid of hunters that kill us for fun. So, here the great Indian bustard is telling us that they were living in all parts of India, but as the population increased, their habitat, that means their living place, was also destroyed. They had no place to stay. Even sometimes the hunters try to kill them just for fun. So they are really afraid of all the hunters. We also die due to electric power lines that we can't see while flying. We are losing our homes. Now, the great Indian bustard further continues to tell us that while flying, they are unable to see the wires and they get entangled in it and are thus killed. Today, only the last 200 of us are left in the world. We need your support and love in order to survive. Survive means to live. Can you help us? So, here it is telling us that only 200 of them are now left in the world. It is pleading us, that means it is requesting us to help them to survive. It says that it needs our strong support. So, children, now here the great Indian bustard is asking us that are you all ready to help them? Yes, definitely. We will give them all the love and support that they need. Now let us continue with the last paragraph of this lesson. You can write letters to your leaders and make an appeal. Appeal means request to help us. You can make my drawing and submit it to your teacher. You can discuss this with your parents. So here the great Indian bustard is suggesting us the ways of protecting it. It is asking us to write letters, prepare drawing and posters which will make the people aware that the great Indian bustard needs to be protected. Come to see us at a sanctuary because now you will not see us in other places. And who knows, if humans don't help us, none of us will be left on the earth. You will see us in pictures. So here it tells us that the number is reducing to such an extent that ultimately they will be found only in the sanctuaries and nowhere else. So it is requesting us to protect them, or else a day may arrive where there may not be a single great Indian bustard alive on the earth. This beautiful article is written by Dr. Pramod Patil. So children, I hope you all have enjoyed this lesson and you all will surely make an attempt to save the great Indian bustard. Thank you. Now in the next lecture, we shall continue with the question answer session.